Hi guys, it's Nancy here and I'm back with another one of those older layouts that I found on a forgotten hard drive. So these are photos which are going to be going in my American album, and it's another one where I have tried to use my silhouettes. So again, these are older papers. These are from the Dear Lizzie collection. Not Dear Lizzie, Maggie Holmes collection, and it's two funny photos of my boyfriend's mum and her partner, and yeah, it's just funny and I wanted to show them. So I have die cut, or using my silhouette die cut, lots of those flowers, and also that kind of chevron piece which didn't end up cutting out completely, and I picked out a few pieces from the Journey collection from Crate Paper. I accidentally bought two of these sheets of tags, which are acetate tags. It was a mistake, didn't mean to, but I now have them in my stash and want to use them. I do struggle slightly with acetate, but I'm going to persevere. So I'm going to use that as a element on here. And again, this is just a picture using, one of the very tall redwood trees. So I'm just kind of planning out what I want to do, where I want to base things. And I have all those flowers that I cut out. So the flowers that I cut out is the same as what I mounted my background in. It's a beautiful teal and navy chevron. Absolutely love it. So I know that I want to layer these up. I'm actually then going to use the Journey collection to infill these flowers, but I'm kind of working out roughly what I want to do. And this is a bit different for me because I actually centralise my photos. That's not something I do too much. So I'm kind of going, right, yep, I like this. Let's just stick it down and go with it. End up covering up most of that die cut, but it was a pain because it didn't cut through properly anyway. So I'm now going to add some ink splashes because it's what I do, and just going to be adding some of the Route 66. I think I add some teal as well. I think I do. So yeah, I really just like how these colours all work together. And I said I go through stages with my mists where I use the same sort of 3 or 4 colours on 20 pages, and then I'll find another lot and do those. So what I'm doing here is I'm now picking out pieces from the Crate Paper Journey collection to use to infill these flowers. I'm going to admit, I hate doing this. It is tedious, it is boring, but I really like the effect of it. So I kind of persevere and fussy cut around them all and all that. I do leave the leaves unfilled, so I'm just filling in the flowers, and I'm trying not to think too much about it. I mean, you can get a bit neurotic when you're planning and all of that. I try to stay away from being neurotic while scrapbooking. I'm neurotic in other things in my life, so I try not to bring that into my scrapbooking. So I'm going to cut this out because of course you don't want to watch me do all that, and voila, I am now at a point where I have the flowers infilled, and I'm now just using my wet glue and layering these up. Of course they don't end up how I planned them, but who cares? I remember I used to take pictures on my phone of my layouts to try and line it up exactly how I had it, and it's far too stressful. And like you saw there, if it doesn't work, you can just peel them off. I did then cut some some of the leaves off where they were going to be covered up, just so I can add them to fill in other gaps. Of course, you could mount some of these up on foam pads as well. The phone is ringing. I'm not going to answer it. So I've just added those up. I then pulled off some chipboard pieces from the Journey collection, and I'm trying to work out how I can fit this in without covering up too many flowers and things. And I really like how this actually sits centered in the layout. So this is not something I normally do, but I really like that, so I think I may have to revisit this. Again, it's funny looking back through your own layouts and kind of going, oh yes, I'm going to scrap lift myself. So just kind of going, yeah, I think I don't really need much more. Do I need much more? And then kind of just looking and adding and saying no, yes, no. And that's what I like, and that's the great thing, I am lucky enough to have a fair bit of stash, so you can kind of go backwards and forwards and sort of pull in different things. I'm looking at some sequins here, so just add some sequins in to this, and again, it just adds a little bit of texture where you've got the different layers of paper, and that's what I like playing with in layouts, is just creating that texture, but not necessarily creating it with lots of mediums and adding lots of bulk to my layout. So just placing those sequins around, and again, you get neurotic on trying to make things look random, but I try not to worry about it too much and stick those down. Oh, I'm just thinking, this I think when I had two-tone hair, when half of it was red and half of it was orange. Anyway, I watch back videos and more worried about my hair. So yeah, really like this, and I kept it simple just with that acetate tag with the gold, and I really like it. So I think this is one that I'm going to revisit and do again. So even though this is an older one, I hope that you've enjoyed watching it and my random rambling as I explain what I was doing. So I'm going to be back with more videos, as I said. So do keep an eye on my channel. I said I miss doing my regular schedule, so I'm going to try my best to get like at least one video up a week, but my aim is to do a bit more than that. So I'm going to try my best, so please bear with me, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye!